Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of our NASCAR Heat 5 2023 mod Career Mode Season number 3 as you are looking at the NASCAR Xfinity Series race results here from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway where Sheldon Creed won and advanced himself into the championship four. It was Creed's fifth win of the season. Other playoff drivers, Custer, Carruth, and Connor Zilish inside the top 5. How about Garrett Smithley continuing an unbelievable run in these playoffs, coming home 4th. Noah Gragson also with a solid top 10 run in 6th, and then Jesse Love struggled in 13th alongside Carson Quaffle in 16th and Parker Retzlaff in 18th. So, of course, that will lock Sheldon Creed into the championship four for the first time in his Xfinity Series career. With this win, Cole Custer, Connor Zilish, and Roger Carruth are the other 3 drivers above the cut line. Custer with a solid 23 points heading to Michigan. Their next race, Zilish above by 10, and Carruth on the bubble, just 7 points above Noah Gragson, with Jesse Love out by 26, Parker Retzlaff out by 34, Quaffle 35. So already must-win scenarios for Retzlaff and Quaffle. For their races at Michigan and Martinsville, you see us practicing for Las Vegas, the Cup Series in the background, which is going to be today's main event. The NASCAR Cup Series South Point 400 from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the opener of the round of 8. Could someone punch their ticket to the championship 4 at Homestead tonight? We are going to find out here in Las Vegas, a track we've historically just struggled a little bit at, not quite got the finishes we were looking for. We'll see what we can get done today. Stories of the race: Corey LaJoie's arrival, as we have known, and then Chris Buescher will start at the rear of the field due to an unimproved body modification during qualifying, as well as championship contender Joey Logano, who failed pre-race inspection. Big implications there. Logano and Buescher start from the back as we are green and underway here in Sit City. Who's going to roll Lucky Sevens and park it in victory lane and possibly earn their way to the Final Four? We are going to find out here in Vegas as we are underway. We start this race in position number 19 and our number 99 Worldwide Express Chevrolet Camaro for Trackhouse Racing. As we work to the inside of the 2 of Austin Cindric, who runs 18th. Keselowski, another playoff driver, already working on passing our first playoff car. Keselowski for 17th. We'll make that pass. Work on the inside of the Stewart-Haas Racing driver of Josh Berry. And then number 4, you got Michael McDowell and Cole Custer up ahead running 14th and 15th. We dive to the inside, 3-wide move to get by Michael McDowell and Cole Custer. Can we make it happen? Oh, it's going to be close. Not quite. We're still 3 wide. Down the front straightaway, 4th position here in Vegas. Myself, Custer, McDowell will make the pass. McDowell sideways behind us, and now he gets us to the outside lane of Shane Van Gisbergen from New Zealand. We'll get around SVG, get into 13th place. Set our sights on Ryan Blaney in the 12 and Alex Bowman in the 48 up ahead. Now we swing to the inside of the 12 of Ryan Blaney, of course eliminated after the round of 12. We'll pass him for 12th. Here's our teammate of Ross Chastain, who managed to make it through with us. We'll pass him for 11th. A great start to this race as we have driven our way up into the top 10 here in Las Vegas. Passing Bubba Wallace and setting our sights on Alex Bowman and Kyle Busch up ahead running 8th and 9th. Meanwhile, William Byron leads this race in the number 24 for Hendrick Motorsports, trying to make it to the championship for just the second time in his short career in our Heat 5 universe. As we dive to the inside of Kyle Busch and Bowman, 3 wide for 8th place down the back stretch. Almost contact with Busch. Bowman going to be able to retain that 8th spot on the outside lane. We continue to work the bottom of the racetrack here, which is where the car and myself feel most comfortable. Now a slide, a little bit of contact next to the 4. Bowman and I come together. They're fighting hard for 8th. Christopher Bell right up ahead in 7th, as well as Chandler Smith slightly down the road in 6th. Bowman and I continue to be side by side. A few laps later, we try to make the pass, slide up the track, can't quite do it. And now here comes Chastain, our teammate, going to the outside of us here for position. Chastain and I continue to battle, and that will be a caution. The caution comes to the 17 of Chris Buescher, blew a tire, a huge wreck. Collects Cole Custer, Austin Hill, and Chase Elliott is involved. Playoff implications for the 9. We decide to come down pit road. Buescher and I, the only 2 guys who come in and pit, so we start all the way back here in 38th here in Las Vegas as I try to play the tire and fuel strategy game here for the end of stage 1 to try to maybe sneak in a steal a stage win here. So we're already charging by Daniel Hemrick and Sam Mayer, and 3 wide with Joey Logano here in turn 3 and 4, forcing our way up into the top 30. in Vegas, doing whatever it takes to get positions, get track position, get back in the mix here, as we have to charge it, use the advantage of fresh tires while we can here in Vegas and work our way through this pack. Already now into turn 1 and 2, trying to get closer to the top 25, giving Todd Gilliland a little shot. Logano has now closed in behind us in the 22. The 38 gonna get sideways, goes Gilliland. He saves it. What a save by Todd Gilliland. He almost crashed. And now Logano, Eckes, and I battle for position right behind Shane Van Gisbergen. SVG running in 23rd now as we get around him for 22nd. Logano following us through as we both continue to charge. 3 laps later, Logano has now gotten around us. The 22 and I continuing to battle as we work our way through the pack. Now running 21st and 22nd. We've seen Chase Elliott and Logano's teammate of Blaney right down the road. Blaney holds up Logano. We take full advantage, full send on the inside lane. Get by the 12 into Logano. Contact made. Exit turn 4. Now we down to the inside of Chase Elliott for 19th place, trying to pass the Hendrick Motorsports driver, who is trying to go back to the championship for the first time since 2022. Contact sideways. Elliott goes, move him out of the way. Logano and I continue to scrap for 19th. As we now work our way by the 43 of Eric Jones for 18th into turn 3. We'll slide job Joey Logano and make it work, almost hitting the wall. What a move. Now we dive to the inside of the 4 of Josh Berry to try to take 17th place away. But look at Joey Logano right back on our outside lane here. We give Berry a shot through turn 1. A little bit of a bumper there. Telling him, hey, we're a little bit faster than you. Got to move out of the way here. We got 2 championship contenders fiercely battling here as Berry gets slowed down. We'll clear Berry for 18th, but Logano gets back by us for 17th. The 22 and 9 continuing to slice and dice our way through the pack. Now pit stops here late in stage 1, and the caution will come out 1 lap too soon for us. We would have been in such a good spot to steal stage points. The yellow comes out just before we can do it, giving William Byron the stage win. Hocevar second, then Hamlin, Larson. How about Justin Haley in the top 5? Then Bowman, Chastain, Reddick, Gibson Bell the top 10. So Chastain, Larson, Hamlin, Byron, the only 4 playoff drivers earning stage points. Now back underway in stage number 2, a 20-lap stage here in Vegas. We are on the inside of the 34 McDowell, who will clear for 17th and get right back at fighting Joey Logano for position now for 16th here in Vegas, as Logano and I have continued to fight as hard as possible while flying to the field. Now a brilliant 3-wide move through turn 3, right to the inside of Kyle Busch and Keselowski. We clear them both, move into 14th. Set our sights on the 2311 racing duo of Bubba Wallace and Corey Heim. Now for 12th and 13th on the racetrack. Wallace on the outside, Heim running more in the middle. We go stick it right on that apron, right on the inside lane of the racetrack, and trying to make this pass happen on Heim. Can we do it? Not quite. We will continue to scrap side by side here in Vegas. We will go by the 67 of Heim, pass him for 12th. Now start sights on the 18 of Chandler Smith, running in 11th. A little bit of contact there. We got a huge block on Bubba Wallace down the front straightaway. I'm trying to hold my track position with every ounce in my body right now. I'm trying to keep these guys behind me and keep on charging out underneath Chandler Smith. Christopher Bell, 3 wide, contact with the 20. We can't slide up between him and the 18, just not enough room. And Chandler Smith will come back on the outside lane, and we continue to scrap for 11th with Bubba Wallace pushing us into turn 3 as we once again go underneath the Yahoo Toyota of Christopher Bell. In turn 3, Bubba moves us up. Now we're going to be nearly 3 wide out of 3. Big contact. Bubba Wallace sideways, and around goes the 23. Bubba Wallace is gone, crashing into the outside wall behind us. Big problems. And now NASCAR will throw the caution as he got hit by Michael McDowell, spun into the wall for the 23, and then clipped by Blaney, it looks like. And Bubba Wrecking will bring out the caution here in Vegas on the restart. Restart here in 11th, once again trying to break into the top 10, battling Christopher Bell in the 24 position. Actually, Bell shockingly eliminated in a tiebreaker after the round of 12. This teammate of Denny Hamlin, costing Bell the opportunity to have a chance to once again, for the 3rd year in a row, be in the Final 4 and make it happen at Homestead. But unfortunately, he will not have the opportunities. Now we go by. Here comes the 17 of Chris Buescher, who blew a tire in stage 1, started this race in last place, went back after, of course, crashing the last place, has now driven his way all the way up into 9th as Tyler Reddick is roughing us up here, putting us in the wall out of turn 2. And I'm frustrated with the 45, the way you're racing right there, forcing me and Christopher Bell to get into it more than I would like. Now we're stuck on the outside lane here in Vegas and bleeding positions on this restart. Reddick has gone by, Bell has gone by, Busher has gone by, and we're trying to hold off Chandler Smith now for 12th as we continue to feel the effects of Reddick putting us in the wall and putting us in a bad spot on the racetrack as the Toyotas continue to freight train us. Now here comes Logano as well. Heim loose as we clip the outside wall out of turn 2. Just pushing too hard in the wall we go. We drop down to 14th. Have to regroup and get back after chasing Logano and Chandler Smith people by an absolute dive bomb into turn 1 to the back of the 18, sideways, overcorrecting into us in Logano, and we are crashing here in Vegas. A huge moment in this race. Joey Logano and I go crashing with Chandler Smith. Caution is out. We of course are forced to pit to get repairs as well as fresh tires and fuel. We drop all the way to dead last, 39th, and have to charge our way back through the pack for like the 3rd time today already. We're already working by Eckes. Now a 4 wide pass down the backstretch to get into the top 30, and we continue to charge forward now going by Cindric Chase Elliott, who is struggling extremely much today, running back in 28th as we get by him, working by Gilliland and Bubba Wallace now continuing to charge through this pack here in Las Vegas as Carson Hocevar is leading this race, by the way. Just 7 laps remain in stage 2. As that caution, that caution because of the big wreck with myself, Logano, may have actually helped us, as now we have a fuel and tire advantage, which could get us hopefully to maybe steal a stage win if the stage goes green at the end and the strategy all plays out accordingly. We now drive by Sam Mayer into turn 3, and just like that, are back into the top 20 here in Las Vegas, going out to the 34 of Michael McDowell on the inside lane, trying to pass the 34. We will work to the inside of McDowell, and we will make this pass going to turn 1 and also try to get by the 8 of Kyle Busch, who has slipped back from a top 10 starting spot now to 18th on the grid. We will go by Busch for 18th. Set our sights on Chandler Smith and Eric Jones. Smith running 17th, Jones 16th, 3 wide with a couple of Toyota drivers. Of course, Chandler Smith having an incredible year with 2 victories, just got eliminated from the playoffs. Now we dive underneath Josh Berry to break into the top 15. The Stewart Haas Ford, we make this inside lane work. Shove the 4 out of the line, going to 15th now as we go by Josh Berry. Not quite, still side drafting. 5 to go in stage 2 here in Las Vegas. Hocevar continuing to dominate the end of this stage, and we clear Berry now and settle into the top 15. A few laps later, pit stops have begun. Bowman, Haley, Hamlin, and Byron are in for their scheduled pit stops. That'll cycle us up to 11th with 2 to go on the stage. The following lap now, will more cars come down pit road? If few are in, looks like it's only 1 car. That is Carson Hocevar. Comes down a lonely pit road, gets us up to 10th, so we're at least going to earn stage points here. Last lap of stage 2 here in Las Vegas. And now in 3 and 4 the final time, Larson looking to cruise to his stage win, but Icon, the minimap is so down. They're all pitting. All the top 9 leaders pit on the last corner of the stage. What are they doing? They're going to give me a stage win here in Las Vegas. We have won stage 2. What a way to steal a stage win, as the leaders inexplicably come down pit road on the last corner of the stage. So we are going to steal this stage 2 victory, get 10 stage points, just huge for our cause to make the final 4 and an irrelevant playoff point. Then Eckes ends up 2nd, Larson, Busher, Chastain the top 5, then Bell, Keselowski, Busch, Berry, and Elliott the top 10. So there you go. Larson, Chastain, Keselowski, Elliott, and I, the 5 playoff drivers earning stage points. How about that? We win stage 2 here in Las Vegas. Now, of course, on the restart, we pay the price, as we, of course, had to come down pit road for 4 tires and fuel. So now we'll drop down to 20th, restarting alongside the 13 of Christian Eckes for position on the racetrack, as we once again try to charge our way back from the mid to the backpack of the area to the front. 3 wide down the backstretch with LaJoy and Alfredo. An aggressive move. We make it work. Dive bomb. Zane Smith into 3. Easily clear him for 16th. And start sights down the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. to break into the top 15. Gilliland makes him check up. The exact block that I needed right there gets us into 15th. We go to the underside of the 38 now. Side by side for 14th here in Las Vegas with 23 laps to go in Las Vegas. And we will pass Gilliland. Into 14th we go. Now setting our sights on the 43 of Eric Jones, who runs in 13th. We'll swing to the inside of the 43. Here we go, making this pass on the Legacy Motor Club Toyota, who's been having a pretty solid, consistent run. Both cars, honestly. Nemechek is up there in the top 10s. Now we're working on Cole Custer for 12th. He's been about 15th to 20th place car most of the day today, but with some strategy here, now fought his way up into the top 12. But we'll continue to duke it out with him for position here with 22 laps to go here in the round of 8 opener in Las Vegas. Larson, of course, no surprise, back out front, in control, leading this race, looking to find his way to the championship 4 once again. As now we try to catch up to the 54 of Ty Gibbs for 11th. He just checks up out of 2. We make a little bit of contact, hold him there, get a run on John Hunter Nemechek, 3 wide down the backstretch to get back into the top 10. Here in Vegas, we get aggressive. We clear the 42 of Nemechek, but we slide way up the racetrack into Bubba, into McDowell. We're slamming off the 42 of Nemechek, who's sideways spinning, and we're sideways. We're spinning through the grass. We save it. We try to get it back to the right direction, almost hitting the pit wall. We do. Caution is out in a huge wreck here as Nemechek hit the wall, collecting the 9 of Chase Elliott, whose horrible day continues. LaJoy also with Shaman Gisbergen went flying through the air. I spun into the pit lane, and now of course we are forced to pit once again to get tires and fuel where everyone else stays out. So we restart here in 34th, a long road ahead of us, as well as Hamlin, who's just got the free pass. Byron still trapped a lap down, as now we pass Riley Earps and Harrison Burton to get back into the top 30 here at Las Vegas. Once again, getting the hard charger award here, as this is like the 4th or 5th time today we have been charging through this back. Now 4 wide out of turn 4. What a move by Hocevar, Blaney, and Bush. Now working back by Nemechek. This time we don't spin ourselves out on the apron trying to pass him. We also work to the inside of Riley Earps in the 60 and the 88 of Sam Mayer, who we will clear into turn 1 and 2. An aggressive dive. We go by Alfredo. Now working on Cindric, who we will easily clear. And next to the 2 as we slide into 22nd place, continuing to charge forwards here in Las Vegas. As now into 3 and 4, we dive to the inside of the 71 of Zane Smith. Pass him once more, moving to 21st place here in Las Vegas. Now so close to the top 20 following lap. We catch LaJoy, work the outside lane on him, make the pass. Now 3 wide, splitting Eckes and Gillen in the middle. And then we dive to the bottom into 3 and 4 to catch up to the 3 of Austin Hill for Richard Childress, running in 17th in that Bennett Chevrolet. We just get to his inside. Big side draft. Contact made down the front stretch. We get loose, almost wreck it again. We have to lift off the throttle, which we managed to save the car, keep it from spinning, which is more important than holding on to position. And we do lose the spot, but now we charge back once again on Hill through 1 and 2. This time we'll have the momentum on exit turn 2. We will clear Austin Hill for 17th, and start sights on Cole Custer once again on the 21. We'll get by Custer now for 16th, and start sights on Josh Berry and Chase Elliott running 14th and 15th. Joey Logano, by the way, is now leading in the 22, trying to pull off a huge upset to make his way into the championship 4, which obviously we've seen him do in real life, so would not be surprising. So now we go 3 wide, Stenhouse, Elliott, now 3 wide with Elliott and Jones out of turn 4, fighting for 12th. We get squeezed like a sandwich here out of turn 4. We managed to keep it going the right direction. Elliott got a little bit loose, but he holds onto it. Jones continues to work the outside. 12 laps remaining here in Las Vegas. An intense battle for a couple of spots just inside the top 10. We dive bomb Eric Jones, make contact, move the 43 out of the way, go into 13th, and get a good enough run at exit of 2 to clear Chase Elliott for 12th on the racetrack. And set our sights forward. A few laps later, Hocevar has gone by us. He's back into 12th. We slip down to 13th, but now pit stops. Hocevar is in, as well as Keselowski, Hamlin, or Bell rather, and Wallace. That moves us up into 9th here on the racetrack with just 8 laps remaining. The following lap, everybody else is in, including race leader Joey Logano, which means we will now cycle out to be leading for the 2nd time tonight with just 7 laps remaining in Las Vegas. Now the following lap, 6 to go. We are still leading. The caution comes out right as we're about to lap the field because it looks like a blown tire on the 24 of William Byron. So 24 blows a tire, a huge mistake for him, cost him. So now we are restart with just 3 laps to go. I, of course, have no choice, so I wasn't going to make it to the end of my strategy. So I'm forced to pit, take fuel, 4 fresh tires, but we're still only 15th because of how little cars were left on lead laps. This is still a good spot for us here, catching Haley and Stenhouse, 3 wide already out of turn 2. We have got to be pushing to do whatever it takes to win this race. At the front, it is Kyle Larson trying to hold on to the lead and punch his ticket to Homestead in the final 4. We get a bumper to Corey Heim, force our way 3 wide out of turn 4. What a pass, back in the top 10, now 3 wide with Mayer and Hill to break into 8th. Just 2 laps remain here in Las Vegas. It is still Kyle Larson leading, but he's got a tough fight from who is on the outside of him. It looks like that's the 17 of Chris Buescher, who is now leading. White flag, final lap, presented by Credit One Bank in Las Vegas for Chris Buescher, trying to pull off an upset After he was eliminated from the playoffs in the first round, he's trying to get his 3rd victory of the year. We just forced our way by Michael McDowell for 7th and are closing in on our rival Tyler Reddick for 6th place, almost in position to get a top 5 here. Buescher through 3 and 4 with the final time, still battles Kyle Larson on the outside. We dive bomb turn 3, send it up the racetrack into Tyler Reddick. Contact made, 45 in the wall. We hit the wall. We go into 6th, but Chris Buescher wins at Las Vegas, narrowly edging out Larson and Logano. We come home for a strong 6th place finish with a stage victory here in Vegas. Exactly the run that we needed to keep ourselves in a good spot heading into Kentucky next episode. I say your final race results. Chris Buescher with his 3rd win of the season. Unfortunately, he was a first-round exit of the playoffs, so this does not advance him to the Final Four. Logano, a huge comeback effort from the back of the field on the day, comes home 2nd. Larson fumbles away the win in the closing laps, comes home 3rd. Gibbs 4th. Our teammate Chastain continues a great playoff run with a top 5 finish. Of course, we come home 6th, charging through the pack there on fresh tires at the end of that race. So good day for Trackhouse, P5, P6. And then Chase Elliott, after everything he went through, running 27th all day, comes home with a top 10 finish. Obviously, Keselowski, Hamlin, Byron struggled. So here's your updated playoff grid after race 1 of the round of 8 in Las Vegas. We are almost locked in. We are plus 84 above the cut line. We are pretty chilling unless we have an absolutely disastrous race at Kentucky. Larson is looking good at plus 27. Our teammate Chastain sits at plus 17, which is amazing. Could we get both Trackhouse cars in the Final Four? Then Joey Logano is now in on the bubble, just 5 points above Chase Elliott. Byron sits out by 13, Hamlin out by 20 at the moment, and Keselowski out by 26. So a long road for him and Hamlin to the Final Four, but we are in a great spot to go to our 3rd straight Championship 4. And as always, before we end the episode, I'll give a shout out to my channel members. So thank you very much to Brenda Breen and Jeremy Isley. I really appreciate you guys' support. It means a lot to me and helps me and this channel continue to grow and do great things on our road to 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. It'll help this channel and help continue to create the content that you love to see. And then if you want to become a channel member, you can click the link in the description down below or the join button to get access to exclusive perks. So until next episode, I hope you all have a good one.